So we're back, and point number 3, kind of the main point of 2024, has just been the absurd meta change from the beginning of the year to now. Right? You got to look back. Back in January, I think my cap, I was looking back in August, maybe October, I was in the mid-20s max damage cap, right? I was full 50s. I think by January, I was probably maybe 30 mil cap with a few absols, and I was at the top of the game right now, right? Now, 12 months later, I'm at just under 100 mil cap. 100 mil, that's just cap, right? And this is with, level 60s, Absolab, full 7 set, right? But it's not just that, right? It's a combination of Magsoul cap, you got Starforce Liberation boost, you got obviously Exalts, Radiant Exalts, Chaos Exalts, just the boost they've been giving us. That base cap increased as well. I think it went a few times for all of these things, right? They just keep increasing it. Like I said, Legion, the check marks right now, it's 8,500. I think 7,500, 8,500. You can just get more cap in general. So that is something that's like, and it's big boost to 750k. May not seem like a lot, but that's impactful, right? That adds up. So I think like just the ways that we've gotten max damage cap, the ways you can work on your progress without having to do like Chaos Exalts, you can do multiple things at once and still see gains, is just exciting, right? I think I love that. It's not just targeting the whales, it's targeting everyone. Everyone can figure out their own ways to get more cap, to access more content. And then on top of that, right, again, beginning of the year, ignored enemy defense. I've talked about the most important stat in the game now, or is that, right? And it can make up for having that lack of cap to do endgame bossing, because every boss now, every endgame content is affected by that, right? You're not going to hit your true cap without ignoring defense, without Defense Smash 4. All we had beginning of the year was Defense Smash 4 and our Arc Pendant, right? And that was like 1% before was the difference between thousands of covert points, right? And it just, your cap was so much higher because of that 1% enemy defense, like a Star Force 6 Arc Pendant, Star Force 7 versus like a Star Force 5 was a huge difference for that ignoring enemy defense. And now there are so many ways to get it, right? You have the Gloom Ring that I've talked about, 5% first clear. Flames, the big one, make or break the game. Say what you want about it. Broke the meta, changed the game. Like Will Pocket. There are just so many different ways to get enormous defense. Absolab set bonuses, mythic secondary weapon. I mean, again, there's the paywall way, flames, and then there's progressing content, gloom, Will Pocket, right? Absolabs, as you progress and play the game, you can get that. Those are all ways to, get more ignoring defense slowly. Mythic secondary weapon, kind of pay to win, right? 4%. But I like that it kind of has both options, right? You can get there quick, you can get there through paying, but also you have to grind bossing for Absolabs. You can still, if you grind the game, play the game over time, you'll get more ignoring defense, and you'll just get more, more gains. So I think I like that it's not just for the whales now. It's kind of everyone will be able to do it just over time, just by grinding Will, just by grinding Damien, Lotus, getting Absolabs, and then obviously clearing Gloom for the first time will get you 5% as well. So yeah, ignoring enemy defense is sort of what this year, 2024, is really all about. But then on top of that, right, people forget, again, middle of the year, June update. You have to remember, June update had 3 parts to it. December had 2. That was a lot. June update had 3. This wasn't even anniversary because it was V4 for every class, and it was also rebalances for every class. Like they rebalanced everyone. Completely changed the game, right? Cooldowns were adjusted. Cooldowns, skill durations, clone lines were changed, lines, hit counts, skill percentage, everything was changed. And if you remember, they had explanations for everything, right? How they were changing the meta, why they did it, why they changed it. So on top of all the cap and on top of all the ignoring me defense, everyone won from this one June update, right? It was just, you have to invest in your V skills. Your V skills are a huge amount of damage now, right? Because of ignoring me defense as well. I didn't mention that before, but V skills have that ignoring me defense in it to hit even harder, hit higher caps. And so it was just, man, that June update was still huge because of what it did to the meta, because of what it did to cooldowns, clone lines with the cap. Like, it's kind of that. It used to not be like, line counts were pretty even, everything was balanced, it helped balance out the games, and it was really just about people's mechanics and it was people's gear at the end of the day. That's all it really was that separated kind of the top classes and the bottom classes. The gap is still there, don't get me wrong, from the top and the bottom, but the gap isn't as impactful and isn't as noticeable. And people that actually play lower tier classes, that know how to play their class, that have maybe better gear, can actually top the charts and beat these S tier classes, right? So I think just, we got to remember, we probably forgot what the game was like before all of these clone 9 changes, all of these the cooldown adjustments to being more 2 minutes focused, burst focused versus 3 minutes, those long cooldowns. It really helps with like dailies, it helps with bosses, everything, right? So those are the big 3 things that I'm really thankful for. On top of all the honorable mentions, what did I miss? Did I miss anything that you guys really enjoyed or thankful for? And I'm also got to kind of quickly talk about what I'm thankful for and excited for next year. Arrow, January, new boss in February, and then just excited for whatever they bring. I'm expecting more cap changes. I'll talk about it more in my next podcast, what my predictions are for 2025 based on what I've heard and talked to people about, and KMSM as well. So stay tuned for that podcast next week. But then we're going to finish this one off with a showcase that you guys do not want to miss. Long overdue, and excited for this one. And if you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join the Discord community. The Echo Clan community is growing, the best community in the game right now. And if you want to take your gameplay to the next level, improve your gameplay, do more damage, do more DPS, you definitely want to subscribe. The first 7 days are free and you're going to get full access to everything in the channel. So you definitely want to check that out. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time.